women
saying
can
women
do great things in business, but they don't apply the same things to life, and that's what I'm saying.
Hey, welcome back to Black Press. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Now let's get to it.
So, speaking about parents, Summer Walker, she.
I love that segue.
Don't laugh. So speaking about parents, like Summer Walker, so she just recently broke up with her second child's father. Her baby's unborn, but second child's father, and she's okay with it. She's gonna be a single mom. She understands.
Well, she's already.
She understands what that comes with, and her and the child's father are on good terms. So it's not like they had like a bad split. Yeah. It just didn't work out, and you should be able to separate amicably.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's good that they were able to separate amicably. But she's on the second child. Yeah. With the second baby father.
And that happens because you can be a widow. You can be a widow and have.
It happens a lot more often these days too.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it happens a lot more because they were. Well, no, I don't want to. So yes, they were dads back in the day that had whole families. That the first family they didn't know about, but I think. And I just put myself into this conversation. I still think that was not as often as we in the world and we that try to justify things make it seem. So I just want to say that as a sidebar. But we can't keep thinking this is the norm. I mean, this is not it dumb. We have to understand that this is the norm, but we can't keep believing that this should be the norm.
I don't think so, because if you're in a relationship with someone and you have a child with them and it doesn't work out, are you forced to stay in that relationship just for the sake of the child?
No, you're not forced to stay in a relationship for the sake of the child.
Yeah.
But you know, I be calculating stuff in my head, right?
Okay.
I be thinking of conversations before they even happen. Like, I didn't even know we was going to talk about this tonight, but I've already thought about this conversation in my head. So Summer Walker is on her second baby father.
Yes.
And that relationship is over before the baby's even born. Here's my issue. Women are awesome. Got four sisters. No brothers. I've been studying women pretty much since the time I was born. If you count my mama, that's 5. And I got 3 close female cousins and my aunt. That makes, 9? Women are awesome, and women are capable of amazing things. The only thing women are not practicing in their capability, see how I switched that in my head? They're not practicing in their capability is the ability to hold out of fully going into a partnership with someone that's not worthy of their partnership, or worthy of being a partner. Here's the way I think of it, right? You know how I know how awesome women are? Because they're capable of doing things in the business world
Mhm.
that are, for their lack of equality,
Mhm.
amazing for them to accomplish.
Mhm.
But I want to put this in the mindset of a full-on business, right? Because your life as a man or woman is 100% a business, because you build up as you go, and then you reach a point where you want to retire, and you have to have built up enough to maintain that lifestyle
Mhm.
before you die, and hopefully be able to have a business lifestyle, financial capabilities that you can pass on to another generation, right?
Mhm.
All of that requires you to plan like you would a business. So in the life that you lead, you should have a business plan or a plan for your life.
And you don't think females have that?
No,
That's inaccurate.
I don't think they have a business plan that they actually commit to.
It's because men falter. So
Mm-mm.
yes,
Um,
because
I-
you can be in a
this
relationship.
conversation is going to get real long, but let's go.
It's sure you can be in a relationship. You
Mhm.
can be all you can be in a relationship. But if it comes to a certain point where you two are unyoked,
Mm-hmm.
should that continue? No, because it's more detrimental to you, and
Right.
it's more detrimental to that person.
Right.
So y'all breaking apart is some people come in your life for a season and a reason.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to give you your opportunity to talk about things,
Mhm.
and then I want to still focus it on the business side, because women
So
are
you saying
doing
people? You
women
saying
can
women?
do great things in business,
Hmm.
but they don't apply the same things to life, and
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. So you pick somebody, right?
Hmm.
And what happens is they get to the point where you have to separate because that person wasn't what you thought they were going to be,
Hmm.
right? One thing that happens too often is you pick that person, and in the job that you go into, right?
Hmm.
Any job you go into, you have that 90-day probation period
Mhm.
before you are allowed, before they start giving you benefits.
Hmm.
You don't get no health care. You don't get no days off.
Yeah.
You don't get none of that. You don't get no PTO.
Hmm.
You don't get that stuff until you at least make that 90-day probation period, right?
Mhm.
We understand that in the business side.
Yeah.
But there are women and men. So
Mhm.
everything that I say can go both ways.
Correlate.
Can correlate. But what I'm saying is, the woman is the one that is ending up with the debt of a business, or the debt of a life that they have to go continue with. And I don't want to say that a child is a debt, but it is something that a child is is an actual life form that you have to hold on and maintain and take care of. And it's not for 7 years until it falls off your credit report.
But you putting that on females. It's not
I'm
just
not putting it on females.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I want females
Hmm.
to use the same abilities that they have
Hmm.
to be awesome in business, and use that format
Hmm.
in life and in partner selection.
Yeah.
And in not just partner selection, but in partner and development and lifestyle and the home set selection and progression. Here's the next thing.
Hmm.
If you look at those successful
Hmm.
families,
Hmm.
what do? They don't have a child at the beginning,
Hmm.
right? And then you get those that, okay, you pass the 90-day probationary period, right?
Mhm.
Switch it back to work. Pass the 90-day probationary period, right? Now you're getting the time is starting to accrue for
Mhm.
days off, and you're starting to get your benefits, your insurance, and everything, right?
Mhm.
You're getting that, but there's still if you're a lawyer or a different type of company,
Mm-hmm.
there's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
Before you make partner.
Mm-hmm.
It's partner. When I say partner, I'm referring to a parent and a parent.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a long way to go before I'm going to make you a co-parent. See what I'm saying? I'm not going to make you a partner in the co-parenting idea of us having to be both dependent, not independent, but dependent on the success of our bloodline, which would be a business in the corporate sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not allowing enough time to see who that person is, how they interact, how they create contracts, how they bring in additional customers, what kind of income they bring in, and all of that stuff. So some points where you have that, where you've passed that 90-day probationary period, you could say that might be a point. I'm not gonna say that because I don't believe it. But some in the world, a lot of times where they start to live together, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're starting to live together. It's like you get benefits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up and I'm gonna make you an extra cup of coffee. I'm gonna cook whatever, whoop whoop. But then you go from now you get benefits to now you make partner in 1 month. How do you make? You don't make partner in 1 month,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you get to that. Okay, finally you get married, right? Now you got an executive office,
Mm-hmm.
but you still ain't making partner. You go from working, you getting benefits. You pass the probationary period. You got an office. You got a cubicle, and then you get to executive office, but you still ain't partner. That's we married now. All right, I've decided you are work, and both times, in either way, the woman can be the person that's coming in as an employee, and the man can be come in as an employee.
Mm-hmm.
But both of them are working up to the point of a partnership. So it's too often that we're being partners in 18-year and lifetime businesses
Mm-hmm.
or lineages or successes before we even been past the 90-day probationary period. And I'm not talking about Steve Harvey, like, okay, yeah, it would be great if you could make it 90 days without having sex.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about we're having actual babies before a 90-day probationary period, and you don't even know if that person is going to show up to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Women are capable of being so successful.
Mm-hmm.
You're capable of doing anything that a man can do, except maybe bench press a whole lot of weight, unless you actually work up to it. And if you say she can do that, then guess what? Physically, everything that we talked about before, she can do when it comes to physical exercise. So we're not giving on both sides. We're not putting in the effort. But what the whole party is, the biggest issue is if the man doesn't make partner, or if you give the man the partner deal, he leaves the company or the household or the relationship, you're still ending up with all of the debt because you never went into a actual LLP. There's no LLP contract. Obviously, you know business. LLP, limited liability partnership. LLC, limited liability corporation.
I mean, it makes sense and it sounds good, but in life, that's not how it always goes.
And it's
Like
not
people present themselves in a certain manner, and then
for
they
how
end up
long though?
being
For how
somebody
long?
different. You can play the fiddle for a good while. Of course, you're gonna see some
How many
quirks,
seasons
and
has happened?
you can see it over time. Of course, you're gonna see some quirks and stuff that doesn't add up, and it's up to you to make that self check and be like, "Hey, I need to maybe step back a little bit, or this
You
isn't
don't
gonna
even have to
work."
do that though. You don't have to do that.
Hmm.
You can say this is an issue. I see
Hmm.
it. I think this is something that might hinder our relationship.
And then you talk about it. It's all about communication and being open and honest. So if
Hmm.
you see something within someone, you bring it to their attention so that it can be addressed. If they
Hmm.
change it, then they change it for the better. If they don't, then it's up to you to accept that
Hmm.
or start walking.
But a big part is nobody wants to take ownership of the full the full relationship.
Hmm. So
So we always
the
say
full relationship isn't on just one person;
no.
it's on two. So when you're talking about building a company and building a family, it's not just that one
Mm-mm.
person
Mm-mm.
that's building that family.
You have to remember what I said.
What's that?
Both people are acting as if they're trying to um, vet that other person for partnership. So both of you are the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you are that CEO. So both of you should be saying, all right, hey, I noticed you came in a little bit late to work today. Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, this and this. So you're having that conversation, and oh, okay. Well, I just need you to understand that at this company, the way we're running here, we can't allow that to be consistent, or it will hurt the product production of this company.
Mm-hmm.
If both people are saying that, both people are just as much responsible for the full effect of the relationship. We're saying, no, I don't have control over what he does. You don't, but you do have control of how you react to it. So if you bring a problem to the forefront where you both meet
Mm-hmm.
in the same way, look, I've been at companies where I was late, and they be like, hey, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You late. I seen you been late. You clocked in 2 minutes late for twice this week. What's going on? It's not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, you're right. I had this issue. I left too late. Won't happen again. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
It's too often that we're trying to say it's her fault. I can't control how she do things, and it ain't my fault if I had to leave. Did you talk to her about it? Have you addressed the issue and tried to come to a full understanding in order to let her understand how you wanted to work? How does your company work?
Mm-hmm.
This is how the company works. I'm not comfortable with it because what you're doing is, like I said, you have to have a partnership. This is how this company works. If you want to be a partner with this company, this is how we need to operate. I don't think we need to operate that way. You have to understand this is this, and then.
But you know what? So if you're saying, okay, the company has to operate at this, we have to meet certain standards and metrics. That's up to you to vet that person
Right.
for how you want it.
That's my point.
So it's not up to you to be like, okay, whose standard is it? When you're in a relationship or a partnership, you have to have most likely like a common mind. You have to be on the same page. Sometimes the other person is a little bit more ahead, and that's why that company is fully functional, because they know the way the ship is supposed to go. And that other person that's coming in, they have brand new ideas that can better the company and take them from where they are to where they need to be. So it's not always about having a person come in and vet them for things that they cannot measure up to at that point in time. And it's not about potential because they already have it in them, but they have to meet the standard within themselves before they're able to meet your standard.
Yeah. But the other part is not just telling the standard.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell the standard, but then you have to communicate expectations.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay to have expectations, but if your expectations isn't lining up with their expectations, there has to be a communication into some type of compromise. And if the compromise doesn't work, then okay, we have to scratch this and work on something else.
But then I bring it back to the business sense. I'm gonna bring it back to the business sense, right? Mm-hmm. What do we have? And I have quarterly reviews.
And you know why?
Quarterly,
because in a business sense, if you keep bringing it back to business, some businesses fail.
Mm-hmm.
And they fail because the thing that they have in mind doesn't work out.
Yeah. So does so does relationships. But the issue is relationships are failing after they've already made a partnership. That's my entire point. Mm-hmm. My entire point is you've already awarded them a partnership in your life that you will end up with the debt. That brings it full circle. Mm-hmm. That brings it full circle because you just said it. Things fail. No business is going to always work. Mm-hmm. Startup businesses fail within 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's not the expectation is not for every relationship to work. You might need to have a relationship with multiple people that don't make it past a 90-day period. You might see what I'm saying. So what is your 90-day period? So is your 90-day period? In your 90-day period, you're vetting multiple potentials. I didn't say that.
Yeah, you just said
no. That. No. I didn't mean like that. Okay. I meant multiple people within your lifetime.
We not living. So
I'm not saying
in a sense. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but you are basically wasting your time in having one potential 90 days. One potential.
Yes.
Sometimes
it
might you might have to have it potential, and then okay,
so you're saying
that
we
one's
should
not
have
working.
multiple
That
potentials?
Not working. So in some senses.
So you should have multiple multiple relationships that are just in the 90-day probationary period.
Starting off, you might have to.
Well, you trying to make it seem like I was wrong, but when you thought I was saying that,
because I had it. Because I had to check.
It's different. It's different if you say it's different if you say we can have 5 different.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Employees that they're not all on the 90-day probationary period.
Because I was trying to make it make sense. Because that's what businesses do. They have multiple employees on that 90-day probation.
That's cool too.
It doesn't always work out.
You can have people that you're just filling each way out, and that's if you're smart and secure and you have self-discipline within yourself. It's possible.
Yeah,
you can have multiple relationships or multiple probationary periods with multiple potential partners that you're not giving any benefits to, whatever you believe those benefits are.
That's accurate.
You can go on 5 different dates with 5 different guys and only have the expectation to have communication with them.
Exactly.
And guess what? That's a big problem too. Like we think we overlook communication for attraction.
Yeah, because just because
but they don't mean this. But nah, bro, you want the best potential partner that you can have.
So that's the talking stage. You can talk to people. When you can talk, it's talking, dating, potential.
Yeah, the talking is like you
Talking is like,
I mean-
hey, yeah, we go chop it up and it's not a dinner date.
Yeah.
It's like breakfast, brunch,
those
or lunch.
those are all the monster. What is it, job monster or whatever? I don't even know what. How
That's
do
that.
people
That's
apply for
that's the
jobs these
applications.
days? Yeah.
Applications.
So
yeah.
you got
That's interviews.
interviews,
Mhm.
you got callbacks, you got phone interviews, then you got face-to-face interviews,
Mhm.
then you got we considering you, we want to come you for another interview. All of that is like still the same.
Mhm.
And excuse me, water.
Mhm.
And then you still say, okay, well, how much time do I have on my? How many spaces do I have for employees? Or
Yeah.
how many places do I have for potential partners? If I don't have time, then you start adding in time. How much time? How much can we allocate? That's like paying how much. If you come bring in employees, how much can we allocate to pay these really people to do the jobs until we find somebody to
what you
promote?
pay is your time.
Exactly, you're paying in
Yes.
time. So how much time can you allocate?
Mhm.
All of that, like that's the thing. We make it seem like it's like, oh, it has to be connections. I'm looking for this. Yeah, you can look for all of that, and you can still do it without giving a partnership
Mhm.
and creating a whole 18-year program that you have to have in debt just to maintain that one partnership that you shouldn't have hired. You shouldn't have hired that person past the first interview.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have hired that person past the resume. That's the big part. We can't get past it. We're
I think people just
Man, shoot.
people just get bored, and
that's true.
the person that
It's
they're
lonely
ta-
being
yeah
lonely.
yeah
It's
you
hard
just
being
get
alone.
bored, and then the person
I'm so
they spark your
tired,
interest, and then it's like, oh wow, and then you start spending more and more time with them, and then it's just like, okay, and then next thing you know,
then you start to overlook the things that you
Yeah.
saw in the application.
the next thing you
didn't
know,
like.
feelings come in, and then it's just like, oh,
Right. Right.
yeah,
But
you gotta
you
know when
know
that
why?
cut it
Because
out.
we're looking at things not in this is a lifelong thing.
Because it never starts like that.
Your 1 month of loneliness does not mean your entire life is going to be lonely.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
true.
we have this thing where the next person I date has to be the person I stay with.
See, I never had that mindset. Ever.
I've had that mindset before.
You have? I never had that mindset.
It was
Me?
after the dating multiple stuff.
Oh, you did? With me, I was just like, whatever God,
That didn't work.
whatever God tells me.
I'm trying to
I tell you, there's some real cuckoos out there.